Welcome everyone to a question and answer session on Holiday Park Law Matters by Ibraheem Dulmeer at holidayparklaw.com. In this presentation today, I will be covering numerous questions and answers, but please note that any guidance in this should not be taken as specific advice. If you're in doubt of your legal position, then obviously contact holidayparklaw.com and have an initial chat with me to see if I can help. And the guidance in this presentation only applies to England and Wales. The questions today have been anonymised and simplified to ensure that all those watching will benefit from this presentation. These questions have been provided by members of the Facebook forum, Static Caravans and Lodges for Nice People. Let's start off with question 1. Is legal advice necessary when purchasing a caravan or a lodge? Well, I wouldn't advise anyone spending considerable sums of money without any specific advice. Obtaining specific legal advice at an outset could avoid costly disputes in the future, but it's also essential so you can understand your rights and obligations, as well as the site owner or park operator's rights and obligations. Question 2. There's recently been a big discussion about the legality of living in the holiday home. I and others say you have to have a permanent address. Others could say that it's just a tick box exercise. Is there a clear answer on this? Well, this is probably the most significant industry issue at this moment in time. If you've seen the Panorama program, this is exactly what it was about. My view is simple. You should not be using a holiday home as your main residence, and if you are, you could be in breach of your agreement, as discussed in the next slide. Now, this question highlights the importance of obtaining legal advice at the outset before handing over large sums of money. Question 3. What should the use of a holiday home be? It's really crucial that anyone that resides or uses their holiday lodge should really understand and be aware that you cannot use a holiday home or lodge as your permanent or main residence. If that's ignored, the site owner would be able to terminate your agreement. A lodge or holiday home must be used for holiday purposes. Be aware that the council could use enforcement notices on caravan owners, which may mean you would have to remove your lodge from the site. Question 4. What other searches should I do when purchasing a holiday home or lodge? Excellent question. Although there's no specific guidance on what needs to be carried out, the services that are provided by Holiday Park Law go through various factors and various issues. Searches that I carry out include the site license, the planning permission, and reviewing your terms and conditions, such as your license agreement. Question 5. Do we have to pay 10% or 15% if we sell the caravan? Well, this very much depends on your license agreement with the park operator. The commission rates range, in my experience, from 10% to 15% plus VAT. Question 6. We purchased the brand new caravan and we were told that the agreement was for 15 years and would be reassessed after this period. Now the site owner says that we've only got 5 years left. Is this right? Now, this type of question really highlights the importance of legal advice at the outset of a transaction. You may wish to look at the license agreement and see what the unexpired term is. If the unexpired term still dictates the 15 years as promised, and the site owner is attempting to reduce the number of years, then you could outline to the site owner that they are in breach of their agreement. My view is that you may wish to get a specialist advice to give you a steer on this. Question 7. If you buy a holiday home and the terms and conditions are changed by the company by way of company policy, are you bound by your contract or the new policy? I think it's really important that you look at the terms and conditions. So the license agreement will often clarify what the site owner can and cannot do. The license agreement may actually provide conditions on how the site owner may be able to change their policy. You could potentially highlight that the site owner, by changing these conditions have to be fair. And that's according to the Consumer Rights Act 2015. Question 8. Are holiday parks allowed to charge pitch fees twice in 1 year if the caravan is sold to a new owner? Generally, a pitch fee is an annual process that takes place. Now, you would need to refer to the pitch fee section in your license agreement to understand the process and mechanism. It would be unusual for the site owner to charge a pitch fee twice in 1 year, but please note that I do not know the full facts and circumstances here, so you may wish to get in touch. Question 9. If in a contract it gives a percentage of an annual pitch fee rise per year, but then the company increased the pitch fees above this, what is our legal stance? Should they consult the owners before carrying out improvements and then issuing the pitch fee increase? It sounds like you need specialist advice to review the paperwork here and determine whether you can mount a claim or not. For guidance, I would suggest that you review the terms and conditions when it comes to the pitch fee review process, which will be outlined in the license agreement. If the site owner has contravened this, then the first port of call would be to ask them to clarify what they've done and provide you with an explanation as to why they've done it. Question 10. Are you allowed to sublet? Some holiday lodges and caravans are purchased with a view of subletting. Site operators may have a particular way in which they want this to be conducted, and this is outlined in the license agreement at usually the subletting section. It's prudent to understand any fees or limitations stipulated in the agreement concerning subletting. At times, subletting could be only required or permissible with the site owner's consent, for instance. Thank you so much for watching this presentation today. And if you're unsure of any of the answers, or you have your own particular question that you would like posing and you need specific advice, please do not hesitate to get in touch on the details provided in this slide. Thank you again, and I look forward to hearing from you. All the best.